This is KVUE News Midday.
Good Monday morning to you. I'm Anna Vita Reyes.
And I'm Terry Gruca. Thanks so much for joining us here on KVUE's Midday. Let's get a look at what we are tracking with Storm Team meteorologist Erica Lopez. Just a beautiful morning out there, Erica.
Yeah, beautiful morning, but that's not going to be the case probably as we head into the afternoon. That is if you're not a fan of the heat. And also some pretty dangerous heat index values in our forecast. Live look just outside of the studio, though. Partly a cloudy day out there. Looks like we have some breakage in the clouds from the mostly cloudy start to our day. Temperature is in the mid-80s right now, but dew points in the upper 60s, so near 70 degrees. You really feel the stickiness out there, especially this morning where the dew points were close to the temperatures. You really felt the humidity. Temperatures ranging from the upper 70s to upper 80s across the viewing area. We have been monitoring some spotty showers east of our viewing area. A few light streamers this morning for our eastern counties, and that's really going to be the case for the remainder of today. Calling it a 10% chance of showers east of I-35, but temperature-wise, that's going to be the bigger story. Highs in the lower 90s. Keep in mind, because of the humidity, feel like temperatures will be near 100 degrees this afternoon. I have the forecast for the rest of the work week. It's going to be a little bit warmer, so I'll let you know exactly how warm it will get in the full forecast. Back to you.
Thank you, Erica. Well, two people in Kyle are accused of stealing more than $300,000 in checks, along with a dozen credit cards. Police say Joshua McGlasson and Melissa Moncada were caught during a welfare check. KVUE's Brandon Jones joins us now for more on this story from the newsroom. Brandon?
Well, Genevieve, this all started when Kyle police got a call about a pair being passed out in the parking lot of a gas station for a long time. Now, we're told when police started to question them, officers found drugs in the car along with some cash there. So we want to show you some photos just into our newsroom. These were released by the Kyle Police Department. Investigators say as they searched the truck, they also found several bags of mail. Now, the mail belonged to people from Cedar Creek, Dale, Maxwell, Kyle, Buda, San Marcos, and Austin. Some of those packages actually contained checks and credit cards. Investigators say that mail was taken from both homes and businesses. So right now, police are in the process of reaching out to the people who had their mail stolen. They tell me that some of them may not even know the crime occurred. Terry?
Continue to follow that story. Brandon, thank you. Now to politics. Today, Washington, D.C. and Maryland are expected to announce what's being called a major lawsuit against President Donald Trump. As ABC's John Carl explains, it all stems from his decision to hold on to his business after becoming president.
Overnight, the D.C. Attorney General's office confirmed to ABC News that D.C. and Maryland will sue President Trump today, alleging a breach of anti-corruption clauses in the Constitution. In the lawsuit, which was first reported by the Washington Post, the attorneys general alleged the president has broken his promises to separate his public duties from his private businesses. It's the first time a state government has filed such a lawsuit against a president. Meanwhile, the president escaped Washington for the weekend, spending time at his New Jersey golf club. But James Comey was still very much on his mind. I believe that James Comey leaks will be far more prevalent than anyone ever thought possible, he tweeted Sunday morning, asking, totally illegal? Very cowardly. In his testimony, Comey acknowledged he asked a friend to share with a reporter contents of a memo he wrote about a confidential conversation he had with the president.
This is the president speaking. I hope you can see your way clear to letting this go, to letting Flynn go. Now, those are his exact words. Is that correct?
Correct.
The president told me he firmly denies Comey's version of events.
I didn't say that.
So he lied about that?
Well, I didn't say that. I mean, I will tell you I didn't say that.
And did he ask you to pledge his
And there'd be
loyalty?
nothing wrong if I did say it, according to everybody that I've read today, but I did not say that.
And the president said he'd be willing to swear that he is the one telling the truth.
So if Robert Mueller wanted to speak with you about that,
I would be glad to
talk
tell him exactly what I just told you, John.
Now the Senate's top Democrat is calling on President Trump to tell his side of the story to Congress.
This is serious stuff. We have the former director of the FBI under oath saying one thing, President Trump saying another.
There's one way to definitively know the truth. It's the president who once suggested there may be recordings of his conversations.
When will you tell us about the recording?
Over a fairly short period of time.
Are there tapes, sir?
Oh, you're going to be very disappointed when you hear the answer. Don't worry. John, do you have a question for the president?
That was John Carl reporting. President Trump is not alone in facing scrutiny. Tomorrow, his Attorney General, Jeff Sessions, will appear before the Senate Intelligence Committee to testify about the Russia investigation. No word yet if that testimony will be made public.
Right now, Austin City Council members are working to select a new city manager. The city manager search advisory task force met about an hour ago at City Hall to get an update on the process. Back in February, the city hired a recruitment firm to help pick a new person. Former Austin city manager Mark Ott resigned last August for a federal job in Washington, D.C. He officially left his position on October 30th. That task force will work to collect public input, and based on that input, will eventually present a list of candidates to the city council and the mayor.
A battle between Texas craft brewers and state lawmakers could be coming to a head. Brewmasters claim a newly passed law amounts to an extortion fee. They want Governor Greg Abbott to veto it. Under that new law, some brewers have to pay big distributors delivery fees, even if they plan to sell the beer right on their own property. The governor has a week left to make a decision.
Today, members of a Penn State fraternity who are accused of playing a role in the death of a pledge will be in court. In today's pretrial hearing, lawyers will play security video from inside that frat house the night the sophomore died back in February. 19-year-old Tim Piazza died after falling headfirst down the stairs of the Beta Theta Pi fraternity house after a party. The fraternity brothers are accused of waiting nearly 12 hours before calling for help. 18 members are now banned and are due in court. 8 of them are facing charges of involuntary manslaughter and assault.
The defense will begin its case today in the Bill Cosby sexual assault trial, and everyone wondering whether the comedian will take the stand himself. The 79-year-old is accused of drugging and sexually assaulting a woman back in 2004. He claims that the encounter was consensual. The trial is expected to last one more week. If convicted, Cosby could spend the rest of his life in prison. Still ahead here on Midday, new nonstop flights coming to ABIA.
That's right, and an in-studio sit-down with Mayor Steve Adler straight ahead after the break.